Morning, folks. January 8th, 9:25 a.m. Oil up against resistance, looking for a possible short-term short side trade. I'm in LTC pre-market 140 size. VRX looking at over 2314, 2311, I guess. Well, 2314 at open. Possible target tomorrow morning, 2793. I apologize for the noise here, by the way. Deck construction on the go. Beautiful morning here on the beach, and we're building my rooftop deck here. So things are active. Today I'm going to be doing a midday review. Shortly after open, I'll be in with an intern doing some reporting. I'll be here. I just won't be real active in the room after I possibly take some trades, depending on what INSY. That's my swing from last week in 110 sizing. Gold I'm still short and thinking about adding soon. It's moderate right now. MYSZ I'm not thinking of play, but over 244 is a possible long trade. LITD at open over 385 is a possible long trade. Both I'm not super keen on. LITD more than I would be MYSZ. Resistance I've got marked at 467 on LITD. So possible trade in LITD, but VRX I'm looking forward to possibly come off to the 2314 area, hopefully, and then sizing fairly heavy, but it doesn't look like it's going to come off for me here. So my resistance, current resistance, is at 2430 for a possible target at 28ish. That's on the 9th. So yeah, tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. is the peak apex, and it's we've been with this all the way through here, and it's been nailing targets perfectly as we go. So we'll see how the open goes on this. As far as other scans are concerned, GoPro's off, SPCB's on scan, CNET is on scan, CNIT is on scan, DELT, yeah, and SPCB. Bitcoin is under serious pressure. I've been posting that chart for the time cycle completion for some time now. Most of the crypto's under pressure, but Litecoin, it's the one that I'm taking a swing on specifically right now. Starting to size in, only 140 size so far, but sorry about the noise. Okay, so here we go with open here in about a minute. There is a lot of banging going on here, guys. Sorry about that. Guys and gals, I think we have more gals per, like, percentage-wise than any other room that I know about anyway. It's because chicks can trade better. That's why. True story, on average. Look it up if you don't like it. Speaking of chicks, Crystal trying to hold that 200 MA on LTC could bottom now. Yeah, possible. That's why I'm only in 140th. I'm going to see how today plays out. Well into the cycle peak on the 9th. So here we go. I'm going to watch VRX really close. LITD, iffy. MYSZ, dangerous, careful. But looks like she's going to go here. Your resistance is at $3 exactly. So caution, caution. INSY up 3.2.7%, 7%. The S&P, I want it up over this 273.45, and AMBA is alarming. Okay, so here comes the S&P, looks good, ram it up against resistance. If it gets above there, I should see VRX get normal here. So VRX I'm going to bring down on the 1 minute to get a better view. And people are DMing me right at open. Why did people do that? Okay, here goes VRX. So this is, careful with this quad wall up here. Damn. Too bad it didn't come off. So it's so bullish, it's trading right near this quad wall, but what's the S&P doing here? It's getting mobile too. So there it is, right at resistance. Damn, this is a tough trade in VRX. It's so close to that quad wall. LITD, come off. MYSZ is the chosen one. Yeah, so VRX is coming off here. So this would be good. I could get it to come off here. 23.14 to LITB. Holding. MYSZ. Congrats. Wow, I really don't like this stock, but it's the chosen one here. So VRX, it doesn't look like it's going to come off much. So let's get a fib on this. Somewhere in here. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be somewhere in there. So unfortunately this is tight, but I'll take what I can get here because this is a pretty good setup. So if I can get that thing to trend up in here, times that at 1148 for the breach up here and then to the target for tomorrow. That's an on the fly quad. Just in case you're wondering what the hell I'm doing. Got a lot of students coming out this winter. We'll be doing a lot of this live. So I'm on all my monitors all the time. It's just there's only one in the trading room. So anyway, up in here is what I want to see. And so something like this is what we want to see. And into tomorrow's target. be like that. Target's way up over there. So that's what we want to see. Okay, so that's the VRX setup. So what I'm going to do is alarm it at 24 off. Pardon me. I should be taking an entry down in here. Because if it fails, I'll just cut. Mind you, let's see how this plays here. If it gets sub 2374, I might get my entry down in here. Because how this would work is, this is modeling on the fly, by the way. This is how you compound gains. Get your models in place so that you win. You know what's going on. So you see this is actually an intraday time cycle right here. Right here. And that's why you're seeing the pressure. So it either peak in the time cycle or find pressure. So its target now is actually, it's pretty deep. So it's intraday. Unless it gets 2373 back, its intraday target is going to be either here or it's just a series of targets based on trend. Sorry, I'm not dealing with the momentums here, but this is a really good possible trade here. And this is what I wanted, was pressure to get a better buy. So these are really tight quads on the fly here. Now it is open, so you have to be careful because anomalies happen in the open, right? So if it gets back into its quad up in here, then it's go time. But right now, its target's here. It gets into this quad, then its targets, 3 possible targets, bottom quad, top quad, or mid quad. And the timing on that is for 3:12 this afternoon. And then up and over here. The funny thing is, yeah, that's 3 o'clock this afternoon. So we'll see how it does here. It looks like I'm going to get my 23.14 buy. See, in this quad, this is the target here for this afternoon, but in the timing it's in right now, mid quad is its most likely. And then of course, so it's always mid, top, bottom quad. Just blew through this one here, right? gets aggressive at the peak of the quads. These are really tight time frame quads. But what else is going on out there? So in play, MYSZ, SPCD, OTIV, CNET, LPCN, LITD, CR, SP, and ALDR. It's interesting, it's bouncing off the 786 here. SRAX has Momo. Okay, this is interesting, it's recovering now. Didn't quite get to my buy. INSY. Oh, that's what happened. So the S&P hit resistance here at the mid quad and came off. Yeah. Saved by the 200 on the one, but it's probably gonna target down here. Those are the three targets here, here, and here for 3 o'clock today. Might not be a good day to be long, we'll see. Sure looking like the S&P is going to pull back here. It's not much of a pullback, but still. So there's the one target. It's for 3 o'clock today. Your other target. And your other target. It's holding up here. Anyway, over 273.48 with strength. Here comes VRX. So the VRX play is definitely tied to the S&P. You can see at the mid quad here what happens at mid quads, and then mid quad here the tank. So if we just built this quad out a bit here, you'd see it. That. And that's all you do. Once you learn how to do this, then you know what's going on. It all makes sense. So that would be a target, right? That would be a target. So all three hit. And those are beauty trades. Like that. Time cycle peak is the widest part. That's how she works. And your next quad is today at 3 o'clock, time cycle peak, right here. Capiche? Easy. A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. And the mid quads are where your main support is. So here its main support is at 23.15, 23.14. LITD under pressure, MYSZ under pressure, INSY under pressure, S&P. Oh, here we go. Here we go. They're going to hit it again. Very important. See some traders getting chopped up here. Here we go. Come on, baby. So most of these Momo plays this morning will be, you should be short side thinking. S&P is not going to get over it right now. I don't think. Yeah, CNET, yeah, it's a good example. Most of these short side is where it's at until the S&P gets over that resistance. They're still working it though. The one thing about trading like this, you have to have a ton of patience, because when you know what's going on, there's less trades because things have to confirm properly. Right now in the market, there's just a ton of indecision. Your resistance on the S&P mid quad is right here at 273.46, and it's bouncing between it and its fib support right underneath. So that's indecision. So the bull bear fight's on for the day right now. Until that resolves, it's not easy getting either way actually. So on most days, like if I was trading alone right now, I would be looking at all my swings for possible plays. But I'm short bias the S&P right now to the bottom of that quad, which isn't deep at all. It's at 3 o'clock today. 271.88ish, 271.90. Okay, the S&P, I was looking like it might go there. Congrats to the members on Facebook. I was going to go along with you, and I didn't, and I wish I did. This could be it here with the S&P. Yeah, so they're going to ram it again here. So I'm just getting my VRX trade loaded. And then I'm take a look at where we are. Okay, so VRX is coming off nice, really close to the target. So the S&P, if it gets over support here, I'll either take an SPXL trade or VRX trade, but I'm still short bias, so we'll see how they test here. Let's do it. Yeah, the fight's on. How's volatility on 9.7? Shorting PVIX wouldn't be a bad idea either if it proves out over support and gets going, but I don't think it's gonna. Natural gas is up here this morning. It's too bad I exited there on Friday. Not bad for an old timer that doesn't normally trade natural gas without a model. SPPI is off 4% today, unfortunately. AOI is off. Those are very small holds that I've got on swings. VRX is off. Gold's off a little bit. Oil's off a little bit. VIX is up a little bit. 9.7, 5.21% on the day. Okay, so indecision. Monday morning indecision. These guys are banging away. Bitcoin, I'm just watching that time cycle, so I can't tell you where it's going to conclude. All I can tell you is that it's there. So going into these time cycles, you get huge width, and that's what you're seeing right now. So on the quads, like that's a daily time cycle that I've been posting. So that's big, 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 big. So I'm going to be watching it very close. Of course, I was going to short it because it hit the target, right? Got into the target area. And I should have, of course. It should have, could have, would have, but you know, when you're busy, I just missed it. That's all that happened there. So now, you know, it's really near mid-quad support in a big time cycle. But it expires here tonight at some point. I don't know exactly when. And it's either going to go north or south through the quad. I mean, it's already dumped half that quad almost going into it. We'll see. I'm looking for a long entry actually on Bitcoin at the bottom of that quad in that channel. So yeah. So basically when the time cycles conclude, or you get, you know, in the widest width range of the time cycle, I'm fighting for words for it, but the widest area of, well here I'll show you what I mean. Just in case somebody doesn't know what I mean. This is a 1 minute chart on the S&P, so it's a very small tight quad, but this is the widest, you know, part of the quad. That's where the action happens. So, you know, there's action there. There's a little bit of action there. The S&P though is, you can't really, it's not like most. VRX is a better example. Like here's mid-quad, right? So anyway, the idea is to catch those and go with that move like this here. Because typically that's where it is, and then what happens, it's just, because these are just fib retracements, right? This is just Fibonacci on steroids. And it's the most basic model on the fly. And then it'll typically follow your quad walls, right? And that's why I was looking at here. But the alternative of that is the dump. So anyway, yeah, you just watch as you go into each and make your decisions, knowing that your mid quad is your main support and resistance. So that's why I'm looking at an entry here, for example, at 23.15 or so on VRX, because that's where my support is. So we're getting right down into it right now. Look at that. Nice. Do I have it loaded? Yeah, I got VRX loaded for a long possible here. If it fails this support, then the bottom of this quad's in play. Sorry if I just coughed in your ear there. Okay, so yeah, support's in place. So what I might do here, this is tough. This is tough. See, these are how the decisions are made, right? It just depends on how tight the time frame is. This is a 1 minute quad. This is as tight as they get. This is for day trading. You know, that Bitcoin, that's a daily chart. Like these, I hate to even alert, because it can change so fast. But I'm thinking if this bounces here, I'm going to take the trade. What's the S&P doing? It's still under. See, it's that mid quad resistance, right? This is the pain that VRX is going through. See how precise it trades too? Boom at the fib, boom at the fib. Well, really, this mid quad actually, there's a couple of readings here. I'm not sure exactly where it is. It's in this range though. Ooh, that's a lot of pressure there. See how precise this is though. Anyway, a lot of people don't have the patience for this, but it provides you with excellent hit ratio. This is interesting. Yeah, so that mid quad must be sitting right there. The way it's acting, whoa. Good pressure. So if it fails the mid quad, then you go to the bottom of the quad. Right here, the quad wall and the fibs right in the quad. So this is how you trade these quads. Now, well, I mean, the short is a great trade here, but it's a bullish stock on the trend. So you want to go with the trend in the quad, if that makes any sense. So that's why one of the reasons I'm not short on Bitcoin right now. Looking for the long at the support. but Bitcoin overshoots its levels though too. So what's happening here is if you actually model this out on the fly a little more, is so what you do is just magnify it, and then you just get your fib so you can get a tighter fib, because this is what you're seeing right now. It's bouncing off a fib. So you put it, your retracement here, you go up to here, or wherever it's, I think the mid quad's here. But anyway, so there's your tighter fibs. So for day trading, much tighter. So I brought your fibs down yet again. Now it bounced there, which is kind of odd, but well, that makes sense actually if it's bullish, on a bullish trend overall. Because you'll typically, on your turn, you'll typically get your bounce early if it's a bullish trend. Typically, not always. Bitcoin's famous for overshooting. Now it is possible that my mid quad's here, because I did this on the fly, right? So anyway, as it trades out, we'll know. But this is the test, so right now, and I'm well aware that many people go, man, that's a lot of work for what, you know. Well, not really when you're winning 90% of the time. It's pretty easy to do. So this is its current test area. If it gets up over support, then it turns into this as its current test area. And then, you know, it's got everything to do with the S&P. It's under its mid-quad right now, resistance. So, you know, it's one of those things that it's a discipline that works. It's just a matter of using it properly and being disciplined about the discipline. Okay. Too bad I don't have a trade here yet. Yeah, LTC, it doesn't surprise me. I'll be buying on the pullbacks. Snap and GoPro, wow. Crazy. Good shorts here this morning. Too bad I missed them. Okay, so here comes the continued dump. This is awesome. Dumps are good. Very good. Need some volatility. MYSZ is holding up well, considering. Wow. Oops. Dang. just messed all that up. Anyway, I'm not trading it anyway. Ignore the white lines. 76%, watch 100% if you're in it long. Wow, INSY is dumping. Dang it. S&P is dumping. That's why. It's not even dumping. Funny. Okay, here we go. We're getting close to the bottom of the quad here. Yeah, MYSZ is going for its 100% mark. Very likely, but it's getting late too. It's almost 10:10. So Bitcoin is sitting right on mid-quad right now, and it's 50 MA. So that's its 50 MA sitting right at mid-quad. Mid-quad's right around 13.9, and it's trading at, no, mid-quad's at 13.8, and that's what it hit, in fact. Very interesting. It loses 13.8, and wowza. Okay, it looks like you're going for 100% here, so make sure you trail. That's on MYSZ. There we go. There's the bounce on VRX. I got distracted there with some other communications. So there's your test area. So the S&P must be interesting. Mind you, that's not much off, really. We'll see how it does here. Well, what this is turning out to be is the test day on possible pullback in the markets. Bitcoin is sitting at support in its time cycle. I've been talking about this time cycle coming for a while, so this is to be expected going into it. Everything kind of gets back to its mid-quad area typically, unless it's super bullish, and then a decision is made either up or down for a pullback or continuation. I'm biased for a pullback. If that firms up, then I'll be real short-sided tomorrow and tonight's futures and tomorrow. But we'll see, because today's the day before, and then you get the anomalies like MYSZ. But generally speaking, in the markets, you're going to see this kind of thing going into the time cycle. See how that just went up and down, and now it's getting. If you zoom out a little more. See, what I did was I got real tight there. But if you actually got into this model further, I'd have to take a closer look. But that mid quad is probably down in here somewhere on the daily. Anyway, so I don't think I'm going to take a trade here this morning, unfortunately. It's just too close to that time cycle. It's all going to happen here in the next 24, 36 hours. But my sizing will be big coming out the other side once the decision is made, because I have my plays ready, of course, from all the charts I've been publishing. I really shouldn't be holding INSY through that decision, but it's such a small. I think I'm off like $40 or something right now. Anyway, so I'm going to break until lunch because this is time cycle proving ground next 24 to 36 hours. And I'm going to come back at noon for a quick midday. Talk to you then.